It's your second year as head coach now. Do you feel like this pre-season is different to last year? Do you feel more settled? Is it different for you? Is it just business as usual?
I think any young coach, and I'm a young coach, my wife might think that I'm not young, but any young coach, trying to establish his mark on his team and his staff, will always look to do things differently year after year. So I feel a little bit more in terms of relaxed because of the way that we've prepared in the same venue for at least a year now. I'm coming into my second year, and having David Joyce as a high performance manager, Alan McConnell who gives me outstanding support as our senior assistant coach, I feel as though that we're in a far better position that we've ever been at, and so we should as well, because we're into our fourth year of competition.
A couple of weeks ago we announced the re-signings of Jeremy Cameron, Devon Smith, which followed the re-signing of Phil Davis, the announcement of Spot Jobs as a new co-major sponsor. Do you feel like this just says that the club's on the right track both on and off the field?
Absolutely, Alison. I think having Jeremy commit for 5 years, Devon Smith commit to our footy club on top of Phil Davis, I think people tend to forget who's actually signed before these two other young lads that I've mentioned. John Patton, with his, going down with his knee and then committing to 2017. I think, the player, but also the club, making that really good decision. Adam Tomlinson, Kennedy, Haynes, Kelly, Whitfield, these sort of guys that have, they've already extended out long term. Andrew Phillips, I could reel them off, a number of our players saying, well, I want to be here and I want to be here for this reason. The reason is we are becoming more and more professional. We want to grow together, we want to do special things together, and that's, we're here to win premierships. We're here to be a really successful side that has sustained success. To do that, you need commitment. Commitment either by signature in terms of committing to this footy club, commitment when you're working here, and we feel as though we're getting that.
Can you take us through the NAB Challenge Series, kicking off with that 36-point win over the Gold Coast Suns at Blacktown?
Yeah, we're really wrapped with our NAB Cup campaign. The great thing is we played a number of players, probably 35, 36 players. Got some really good game time into them over the 3 games, and good experiences for some players that mightn't have had a taste of AFL level, but also tweaking your game plan from the year before, bringing in new players and getting the understanding, what they can do connection-wise, was pleasing. And it was a good hit out against the Gold Coast. They were coming off a 6-day break when we played them, so we knew that eventually they would probably tire. But it was a really good hit out first up. Then we played the Bombers at Spotless Stadium, which is fantastic on a Friday night. Had a really good hit out there, and which wrapped us up for the last NAB Cup, which was probably our best hit out against the Swans, who clearly are an outstanding football club in their own right. To sort of come up against them and have that go down to the wire, and a really good physical hit out of 120 minutes of footy down at Star Track Oval in Canberra at our second home was great for us, and we feel as though it's rounded us off ready for the season proper.
So round 1 next Sunday afternoon at Etihad Stadium against St Kilda. Competition for spots is pretty tight.
Yep.
How good is that for the club, and how do you see that game going?
Yeah, it's good. Most clubs would be saying that competition for spots would be pretty high. Everyone has pretty good pre-seasons. They train hard. Barring injury, you're going with probably about 28 to 30 players you think you could pick as one of those 22 players. And it's going to be, and we need that next Sunday against the Saints on Easter Sunday, because they've clearly had the wood over us in that first 3 years of competition. We had a cracking game against them round 2 last year, which went down to the wire, which was a really physical, hard game, and I wouldn't expect any different from a coach, from a side that's coached by Alan Richardson. So we look forward to it, and we know it's going to be one hell of a game.
So what's your message to Giants fans? Why should they be on board with this club for this year and for beyond this year as well?
I mean, my message to Giants fans or supporters that are thinking about jumping on as a Giant member or a Giant supporter is clearly the club is heading in the right direction. We have a fantastic footy program. We have a fantastic bunch of young guys that are committed to getting this club success. And when you see that in their eyes, you want to be a part of it. I'm lucky enough to be the coach of this young group, which is a fantastic opportunity. So I can only speak on behalf of them, and that is you will see a very, very competitive outfit week in, week out, winning more games than last year. So make sure you don't miss out and jump on board, and we look forward to a very, very powerful 2015.